I chose Teesside with it being one of the best universities in the country for the games course. And I was already familiar with several people that have already taken the course and several people in the area.
I was quite a shy person growing up, so I wanted to kind of stay close to home where I knew people. And I heard that the Teesside was very good for the computer games courses.
I came to Teesside just because it was one of the best in the country for games. At college I did history, things like that. And so when I came to Teesside, I was initially into the history course. I started looking more into the creative course, like games. And they just seem to have the cutting edge.
We constantly hear from like when they're getting in guest speakers, like a lot of them being graduates, especially when we go to Animex. Like we had people from Rare who have graduated from here who work there working on the CFE's projects.
Teesside University has so many graduates that have gone out into the industry that it has become a very recognisable degree to see on a CV by a lot of employers.
When I talk to people and I say, yeah, I did games at Teesside, you instantly see in their face they've heard of it for one thing, which is really important, and it's internationally renowned as well. They actually have industry standard and they're respected by the industry. They have a lot of industry links with things like expertise where they actually get the industry to come in is really helpful, and that's really unique.
Inviting along the industry people to have a look, and the fact that they keep coming back must be a good sign that it is what they're looking for.
Teesside is sort of really the biggest for games in the northeast. Even Manchester, Leeds, Newcastle and Sunderland, they know Teesside. They even went to Teesside, a lot of them.
The lecturers come from industry, some of them coming straight from industry to the university. They also on site have a local startups for people wanting to start their own little indie companies.
I did a foundation year as well in art, and the first year of foundation, that was just basically just getting my art skills up a bit, and the first year was just getting an introduction to the different departments that work inside the games industry, so we can understand how each department interacts with each other. So that gave me the basic knowledge, and then after that I then moved into the more specialist kind of thing, like focusing on my pathway of design.
In the first year you study every other discipline as well. It helps to understand your own limits as well as the limits of everyone else who you would end up working with in teams. That then is then taken into your second year where you do group projects, working with different departments, so animation, games and design all work together. Then your final year you do a more condensed version of that, smaller teams but a higher quality project. You start to learn like industry skills of how to work together as a team.
On the animation course, they teach you keyframe animation. It's all the majority is 3D. Having practice in both the keyframe animation and motion capture, as well as the project management, it's just a wide range of skills.
I've managed to acquire skills in several pieces of 3D modeling software, 3D sculpting software, several different texture packaging softwares, all that are used in different parts of the industry, whether that actually be games, film and TV.
Communication between people and just understanding their workflow as well as my own, so I can know what to expect when I ask them for certain pieces of work, or when they expect what they can expect from me.
I'm currently working for the university in its own commercial creative studio, TUCan Digital Studio, where we work with commercial clients on projects. It's originally set up to give graduates that are needing that little bit of experience that employers want in the commercial world. We give that to them, whether it's on a 3-month project or longer. Our main focus at the moment is we're working on VR and AR apps and how they can be used in the real world for training simulations or educational purposes.
I did some VR virtual reality for Samsung before I actually came to the TUCan studio within Teesside University, where I work now. Within the studio, I've actually gone into more of a producing role. I'm the assistant producer here, and we've had a massive success rate where 90% of us have now gone into a industry role. When I was offered the chance to sort of do this role, I sort of just grabbed it, and I haven't really looked back since then.
When I was in college, I did A-level business, And then after I finished that, I was like, what do I want to do? And after about half a year of thinking, I was like, it's something I really want to do. Is something to do with games. So I researched a lot about games, what aspect of games I want to do. Then I found design, and then found Teesside. At the moment, I'm a technical designer.
I've always appreciated games, even from a young age, and they've always been such a big part of my life. So it naturally makes sense that I'd grow up wanting to work in that industry, wanting to essentially give something back. And as an artist as well, I think games have such a huge platform to show art in many different forms.
Growing up with games, it's probably been the medium I've been closest to in terms of creative medium all my life. The idea of being able to contribute to something I love so much. I want to give people the experiences that I loved growing up.
I genuinely didn't think I'd actually end up working in industry on it. With help from the university, I've managed to actually hone my skills.
We do a lot of Teesside considering they give me my degree and I'm working for them. So the staff have been fantastic. They're always great. Whenever it's never too busy to help you.
I wouldn't be here in any shape or form if it wasn't for Teesside. I do absolutely owe it to Teesside.